Hello. Really pray my people are having an amazing, blessed Tuesday morning. It's actually 23 minutes past 12 p.m. here in South Africa. And we are looking at NAS 100 here. And as promised, this will be my first ever live stream. So today it won't be anything chart intensive in any shape, way, or form. It will just be me tape reading. And the only lesson I want to teach this year is one very important lesson, and that's to show up. In my opinion, I was 23 minutes late. Apologies. Literally, I was unaware of daylight savings. The fact that we're back to normal. So literally, if I didn't check the charts, I was going to be here at 9 to 8. So anyways, the first model never changes. The same one, 6 o'clock opens, and we're looking for the first inefficiency post 6 p.m. So the first one that I see here, I won't lie to you, is this baby right there. So we'll keep an eye on this for today. Honestly, just by looking at price, I'm already looking for bearish prices. My target is this high here, just as we're looking at it currently. And I won't be checking the comment section now in any shape, way, or form. The only reason for that is because it's actually my first ever live stream, my first ever lecture. And I really want to show what's important. I'm not going to be executing in any shape or form. I'm just going to be tape reading for the majority of this year. And my goal is to show you what it's like to be a consistent executor. And one of the most consistent things you can do in trading is to show up. And appreciate for the people that showed up. I think it's only one person that's currently watching. So I appreciate you for showing up on time. I know I was 25 minutes late, but hey, better late than sorry. Post. So there's a very reason I picked this time today. The reason I did is because this is where my deepest thoughts are. They're at this time. You know, it's fucking 12 a.m. and we are here looking at the freaking charts. But so literally the market opens at 6 o'clock and trades lower. In my opinion, you see, watch all these relative equal highs here. That's engineered liquidity for you to get tagged on later in the session. We do have a buy side liquidity here. And obviously, if you go to my YouTube, my Twitter, I do have those relative equal highs I was looking at to see them tag and all these babies. These two here, just free money, honestly. Like, it's genuinely just free money. So I'm looking to see if we're going to clear that out. So that's why I'm bullish for today. Looking to see if they'll clear those out. We do have a bit of sell side resting right below there. Sell side liquidity resting right below here. And we do have a bit of sell side resting right below there. So we'll see. It can dig lower, trade into this fair value before running higher. In my opinion, I do look at us trade into the small point of fair value right there. So I'm looking to see, do we find any sensitivity? Do we bounce up? Do we use this sweep of sell side into fair value for reasons for higher prices targeting that? Or do we continue to melt lower? That's kind of what I'm looking at. But in my opinion, I do think they're going to gravitate for this high first. So when it comes to studying price, it's very simple. The first goal is to show up. That's the first order of business, to show up. If you don't show up, then you won't be able to execute. You won't be able to find your model. You won't be able to find your setup. You won't be able to do anything. Literally. You won't be able to do anything if you show up. So anyway, so we have sell side traded into fair value. If we do see dig lower, it's okay. But then now we want to see, does it make an attempt for higher prices, engineer inefficiency here for us to potentially go long, targeting these relative equal highs. So this is the type of sensitivity you want to see, especially when it comes to, when it pertains to higher prices. But we need to leave fair value first before it can be a valid execution for longs. But my major lesson for this today is to just show up. And I'm really grateful for my student. I know you're having a tough time finding your model. You're having a tough time executing. But what I'm going to show you for this year is what you have been avoiding, which is just getting into the chart on time and tape reading. All this time when you come into the charts, all you want to do is press buttons. You want to go long, you want to go short, you want to do this, you want to do that. But never did you once just sit down at the financial market and let it print. You study one focal point, one time, which is an hour interval of whatever you want to do, and you're looking for it to either target buy side or sell side liquidity of the curve relative to whatever model you're looking at. Notice how I did not start from a daily to a 4 hour to all that. I don't need that. Everything I have is kind of on the charts, but so I'm marking this as in blue as in target for free money. So this is what you've been avoiding, the ability for you to get onto the charts, analyze, and not push a button. That's literally what we're trying to do. So our first area of focus for potential longs is right below this. So if we do trade below here, this will be a beautiful longing opportunity. In my opinion, I would have already taken that, but this is the first point of fair value post taking out liquidity. So now what you want to see is does it trade into this and continue to see higher prices? If not, it will use the first inefficiency post 6 p.m. to roll lower. Let's say you're too scared to go long here. That's okay. So this is where when you have one focal point, which is an inefficiency post a specific time, that gives you the anchor you're looking for in order to go long or short. So this becomes your trust, if you want to call it that. But then if you have nothing as a focal point in time for you to focus on, then you're basically trading on thin ice. Honestly, I really hope we're live streaming, because if we're not, I genuinely tried it. My first live stream was an L. But the reason I'm doing this is because I'm saddened by the fact that I couldn't find a mentor like me. Someone was willing to sit with me, tell me what's going to happen before it happens, and watch it play to fruition. And it's a sad reality that, and here this is a perfect long opportunity again. So now we're in the first inefficiency post what? 6 p.m. 6 a.m. Probably 6 p.m. No wonder. Jeez, y'all are gonna kill me, man. I can already hear y'all making noise. 6 p.m. 6 a.m. What do you mean, Alfred? 6 p.m. So now you want to see, does it use this as means for higher prices targeting that high, or will it continue to see lower prices targeting that fair value? No, honestly, I do think we're gonna blast through these highs. If we do consolidate, it's okay. No need to rush. But the reason we're doing this is because I really wish I could find, or I wish I found when I was developing, a mentor who would just sit down with me and watch price. Most of them will either flex their cars, their houses, they'll be vlogging about what they did, who they are, and how much they made, but none of them will show me how they really did it. Because this is how I started. I didn't start with no trade. I didn't start with no money. And by the way, I'm really doing this from the ground up because I'm thinking about my student. I'm sure as hell he can't afford, I don't even know how, but you can't afford premium data. You can't afford a premium trading view. And in my opinion, you don't need that. All you need is a moving chart and your ability to read what's going on, to literally read the room. And if you're unable to read the room, then it doesn't matter what model you're using. It doesn't matter what conceptual idea, etc., because you're literally not sound in your money management, you're not sound in your risk management, and you literally don't know what you're looking for, and you're literally going in blind. And if you don't have an ability to literally sit with your model without the need to incur any monetary risk in any shape or form, then it's not really a model. In my opinion, I would also love to see if this will print along here, right below that, low there. So as we traded into it, that's a beautiful long. So anytime we get into these levels, I am looking to see potential longs here. And if you look at the range here, so from here to, if you put your stop loss, 42 handles, PayPal, and then from here to potential target, and the market is extremely volatile. It's over 133. That's kind of what we're looking for. Then from here to just your buy side here, it's your nice 50, 60 handles. Free money, in my opinion. So literally, when we did sweeps outside, in my opinion, I don't see why we wouldn't. I don't want to see it drop one more time down here. If it does, then oh well, that means we're going to have a long day today, and we might chase these lows, and we might fill this whole baby here before we run any higher, which is okay. And we're going to use the first inefficiency. But what we're doing basically is we're using one focal point for reference, and we're looking to see if we can milk 20 handles. And if you don't have this, if you don't sit down and tape read, where you can potentially get it wrong, where you're not always right, where you're just watching it do its thing, then you're never going to be profitable. Ever. Doesn't matter what model you're using, doesn't matter how good you are. If you're unable, just watch this. So from here, you should see it spool in one direction. It's a beautiful long. If it gives us 33, I wouldn't take it. But this is a beautiful one here, right there. So it went back to the first point of fair value. If you don't see any spooling high and you see it continuing to melt lower, then that's basically it. But literally, when you have this, when you have a specific focal point you're working on and specific entry models and times in which you're expecting spooling in one of either direction, it becomes very easy for you to study. And when you're looking for displacement in one direction and it doesn't occur at the time in which you're looking for, then that's literally all you need, time and price. That's what we're doing here. So if you're wrong, you're literally wrong right on time. So what I'm looking at is if I'm to go long here, obviously my stop would just be below the swing low. And if you're to invert it, meaning you're to go short and invert me, where do you think your stop would be? To be just up here, right? It's literally it. Your stop will either be up here or either be below there. Those are the two reference points we have for liquidity. So which one do you think it's going to take? It's going to take the lower end or the high end? Obviously, I'm leaning more into buy side, but that's basically what we do on a day-to-day basis. Every day, every week, and we don't stop. And that's my goal for this year. The market is awfully manipulated this year. We're in more consolidations than we'd like them to be. And that's okay, though. You need to understand that you're learning how to trade in the hardest market condition in the world. And for you to think for once that this is not hard, this is not difficult, that you're not going to get it wrong, you are mad. Literally, it's craziness, delusion. We have this fair value right there. So when I see price, for example, and I'm looking at the 8 to 7 o'clock hour, and I keep seeing it relative equal highs, drops lower, makes it first attempted displacement, trades into fair value, but then we don't see any displacement. What does it do? Engineer liquidity. So you keep watching it heading into the London session, and then London session, that's where I'll kind of look for longs. But also, I want you to study, don't only go by me. If you were to go short at the first inefficiency post 6 p.m., would that be a nice entry short? Honestly, I'm not comfortable with it, so I wouldn't take it. I'm with the bulls today. I'm genuinely with the bulls. And if they lose me today, then it's okay, they'll go for these lows. And yeah, I don't really want to go that deep for sell side. Plus, I don't want to execute long here because it's my first ever live stream. In all honesty, I'm petrified of pressing the button in front of you, but hopefully with time. So allow me to learn myself, allow me to get it wrong, allow me to be imperfect, allow me to find myself, find my age, find my group, because I don't need to do this. I don't need to, but I'm literally doing it for my student. And I want to show you that as a mentor, I do show up. And I'm going to do what you can't, which is every day, every week, I show up. I'm not going to show up at this time, by the way. It's a bit too late for me. I'm going to be streaming either the last hour of trading for you or the 12 to 1 o'clock hour. That's what I'm going to be trading for you. And I'm going to be teaching, not teaching, but you're just going to watch me do it live. I'm going to be tape reading every day, every week, and I don't stop. Because the first order of business in trading is to show up. It's to literally show up. You don't need to make money. You don't need to be the best. You don't need to even know what's going on. You just need to show up, have focal points, and study those focal points. But if you don't have those, then, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, literally, what are we doing? So we need to get to a point where we're well aware of ourselves, how we trade. So first of all, look at this baby here. Is to go short, meaning if the market is to go raise lower, of course, to use this inefficiency there. So this in which we're expecting a displacement higher, don't. But we are within the first inefficiency, so if we are to roll lower, you'll see it melt lower using that one there. And then you're going to see target that low, and then ultimately that baby there. Which is what I would have preferred we had go higher, but it's okay. I don't mind it. But literally, that's what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. This is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be tape reading. So for the ones who are looking for shorts, in my opinion, first of all, the first inefficiency, beautiful, rolls lower, creates an inefficiency. Then that gets traded into. If we don't see any displacement at 1840, in my honest opinion, I'm expecting spooling. Yeah, Of course, because I'm freaking long. But 2 minutes left before we displace in one of either direction. Time. So we're waiting on time for it to perform a specific function in terms of displacement, meaning we need to run in one of either direction. Obviously, we're preferring higher, but since we are within fair value, should most potentially chase either that low or that high. Personally, I'm looking for higher prices, but it doesn't matter what you're looking for in the financial market. The goal is to study. Literally, the goal is to study. So my stop is just below that low, by the way. So that's the liquidity we're using. One minute left before we begin displacing. And also, if we don't displace and we get stuck in a consolidation, that's also okay. Like, it's genuinely okay to be in a consolidation. And it's also okay for you to get it wrong. You know, when I watch my mentor and I see the way he executes, sometimes I have this feeling like, man, doesn't this guy ever get it wrong? You know? Like, what the hell? You know, even though he talks and he does this, but like, he never seems to get it wrong. But that's because we do this. We tape read. We literally do that. We tape read. And the best one that pops up in terms of our ability to execute relative to the narrative, we take that. You know, if the market condition is not favorable, and if we can't see where it's going when we get into the charts, then we're done. Like, literally, that's it. So you want to see if it's going to make an attempt for that low, which is what I wouldn't want to see, honestly. Liquidity. So we are entering 40, so we should see spooling in one direction. And also, when you see price like this, and it's not the best price action, I won't lie to you. It's not the best. But literally, you need to get to a point where you do this. You just watch it, because, bruh, like, look at this, guys. We're going to be doing this for the rest of our freaking lives. We're literally going to be doing this for the rest of our freaking lives. So what's just watching the market print? Just watching it do what it does every day, with or without you. Because you could die tomorrow. You could literally die tomorrow, and you can't even time the market because you're never there. You never sit with the financial market. You never get to a point where you study at which times do we see spooling, which times do we see displacement, runs in one of either direction, whether it's to the buy side or to the sell side. You don't watch it. And if you don't ever watch it, how the hell are you going to be able to time the financial market? Because that's what they tell us, that we can't time the financial market, that we're not good enough, that we can't do this. It's sad because we can and we know, but then you just don't stick long enough to believe it. You're either too over leveraged, you got too much size on, too many contracts, basically don't know what you're doing. And you suffer the consequences of your own actions. And you never stay long enough to retain information and make money. Because the financial market is a game of give and take. And all you want to do is take. Without the knowledge, without the experience, without sitting down. Because that's the greatest lesson. The greatest lessons is not what I'm teaching you entry models. The greatest lesson is to show up. And funny thing is, people don't show up. They never. They're either late, they don't care, it's not that deep, it's not worth it, whatever, doesn't really matter. But literally, that's it. Literally, that's it. You guys just don't show up. And if you don't show up on time, how the hell are you going to see the moves? How the hell are you going to know that these moves are true? If you don't come to my live streams and watch me, how do you know that the times I'm speaking about are real? What is real? Anyways, it's not the point. Time is real. Time is the only constant variable. Time is the only thing that linked me and you today. I set a schedule. I said I'm going to see you guys at 6 p.m. I was 25 minutes late. My apologies. I was literally, this daylight savings things will piss me off, but at least now I'm aware that we're back to normal. But literally, we set a schedule. So if me and you, some random goobers on the internet, can set a schedule for each other, What makes you think the financial market can't do that with big checks, bank accounts, with big boys who are making money? Don't you think they can schedule at what time they transfer wealth every day, every week, and they don't stop for hundreds and hundreds of years, long before me and you were even born? They were doing this. And you're very naive to think that you can't time the financial market. But they have to make you believe that. They have to make you believe that. Because if they make you believe that, then you can't make money. You don't pursue excellence because they say you can't time it. What did I say? Out of all times for the market to begin spooling, I'm expecting it to begin spooling at what? 6:40. What time was this? 6:40, and we've spooled in one direction. It's small, it's minute. It's only 27 handles, but I'm a 20 handle trader. Like, I'm a high frequency algorithmic executor, baby. So that's all I need. 20 handles in and out. That's a trade, that's a model for me. But literally, that's it. You need to get to a point where you study the financial market. You're not afraid of getting it wrong. You're not afraid of sitting in drawdown, and you're not afraid of watching it. And the most important thing is you show up on freaking time. You need to show up on time. Literally, you need to show up on freaking time here. Because then how am I going to teach you if you're not here? It's funny, you give your time to your boss. It's funny, you give time to school, you give time to people who don't even care about you. You could die tomorrow. None of those fuckers will come, language Alfie. None of those people will come to your funeral. None. And you give them all your attention and time. But you can't even give it to yourself in the financial market. You can't even sit down and just do this and watch. Tape read, by the way, from 040 all the way to the high. It's 30, almost 40 handles, twice. If we don't see any spooling now heading into the macro, then trade setup is null and void, and I'm just speaking out my ass, honestly. And we should see it wrong. I'll try my level best not to swear a lot. I'm only going to swear when I get very emotional because I'm only human, but I'm not going to do that a lot. I'm not vulgar. I'm very tamed, as you can hear in my voice. This is how I trade every single day, every week, and I don't stop. And the only thing I fear is that my student won't show up. Because when I show up, I just gain more experience, I become better. I just reinforce what I already know. There's nothing new for me to learn. Just for me to accept the things that I already have. And I really wish my student shows up. I really wish. You didn't pay me anything. Literally, you paid me $1 for every session. 360 what? $69. But 60, how many? But it's literally $1 for every day for streaming. So my videos are literally worth that. My videos are worth $1. And I'm willing to give you everything. Because all you need is someone to show you that it's possible. And I want to be that person for you. I want to be that person who shows up. Not to give you signals. I would love to. Not to give you signals. Not to give you trade advice. Not to give, just for you to see me do my thing every day, every week, and I don't stop. I just show up. That's what you need to do, my good sir. You need to freaking show up, because that's hard. That's hard. That's hard, setting a schedule for yourself. Saying from this time to this time, it belongs to me and only me. That's hard. That's literally hard. That's difficult. That is almost, it's difficult, literally. It's difficult. It's the hardest thing on earth. Because what do you mean? I set my own schedule. What do you mean I'm my own boss? What do you mean I should hold myself accountable? That's trading. That's literally it. It's going to be very hard, so notice how we are just pausing in the first inefficiency post. 6 p.m. I want you to notice from this run there all the way to up there, the first black candlestick comes at what? The first inefficiency post 6 p.m. From 6:40 all the way to the first black candlestick. Where does it form? First inefficiency post. Come on. But obviously those are very difficult to explain, but it's almost like we're at a point of fair value. It's taken out liquidity, fair value, retraced into fair value, back into fair value. What are we entering? A macro. If we don't see spooling in one direction, preferably higher, then obviously we're wrong. I can just remove this, but that's a beautiful one. And I would have taken any point in time here, but that was a beautiful one in and of itself. But we should see spooling getting into the macro, preferably for these relative equalize. If we stay in a consolidation, then of course we're done. There's nothing more to speak about. There's nothing more to talk about. But yeah. And obviously, I can't see you all, guys. If you guys are typing and talking to me, apologies. I can't see you all. This is my first live stream. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. But I need to schedule it. I need to literally put you guys in my schedule. Put my student in my schedule, which is ridiculous, man. I can't believe I'm giving away so much of my time to someone who most probably doesn't even care. You never know. But it's for you, honestly. It's for my own self as well. I really wish I could have found a video like this. Just someone to sit with me, talk me through it, walk me through it, and tell me that it's not noise. Because what do you mean 1 minute time frame is noise? This thing's moving slower than a snail right now. I wish we were on a 5 second. Then we would be going up and down this. But that's not the reality we're in. We're in the reality of where we practice what we preach. We're patient. And we show up. Every day, every weekend, we don't stop. Every day, every weekend, we don't stop. Because no one's going to feed us. No one's going to care about us. No one except ourselves. No one is there for us except us. So what you're getting from me today is not, you're getting a bit of the analyst as well. The analyst is there, is doing his thing. But mostly today you're getting the trader inside me. That's who's speaking to you now. From trader to trader. From one human being to another. I'm all the way here in South Africa. You don't know me, I don't know you. But we're going to spend almost the rest of our lives together. And I'm grateful for anyone who finds this video. Because it took me 1,000 years just for me to get to your ear. And I'm here. I'm literally here. I was very scared. I was petrified of being live with you guys. Showing you who I really am. And it's pretty difficult. There's no need to, in all honesty. Like I can literally just keep quiet and make money on my own. And just sit in my own little universe. And become the best thing since sliced bread. But what's the point of that if I know my student sleeps hungry? If I know my students is thinking about how is my mentor doing it and not me. And it makes me think, what's more important, eh? Like really, what's more important? Is it getting or letting go? I really don't know. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. And trust me, I'm not trying to figure out how to trade in front of y'all. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm figuring out how to live stream in front of y'all. How to manage my emotions. How to be myself. How to show up as me every single time. And that's going to be hard because that's what you have to do as a trader. You have to show up for yourself. Every day, every week, and you don't stop. And notice how we're having the first measure of almost like a consolidation where the first inefficiency post, 6 p.m. So also these things give me telltale signs of whether I should stay out, whether I should remove positions, exit. But this is very nice when you see sensitivity like this, because this is when you study long enough, this is information. When we come back, test that trade back relative to how deep the retracement was, will predetermine whether we begin spooling or not when we get to that inefficiency. And that's very important. But also you want to see spooling in one direction post the macro, of course. Preferably higher, honestly, but the market is pretty fickle today. But that's literally what you want to do. You want to get to a point where you're studying one focal point, one reference point in time, and that's guiding you through what's going to happen. Whether it's the first inefficiency post, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You need to find your model and live, eat, breathe it. You need to sit with it and only focus on that. But the problem is, you always want to trade. You say, when it gets here, do I go short? When it gets there, do I go long? When it gets there, do I do this? Do I do? No. Just watch it. Just watch it. And if you think this is where you would have gone long, write that. What would you have preferred? This is tape reading. This is study. This is what I expect from you. And then when I say screenshot, you literally take a screenshot. And then you send it to me. Because this is the before, during, and after. And then I'll have like annotations like this, for example. With no monetary risk whatsoever. None. Oh, this is the box actually. Rectangle. I'll have something like this. Literally. So I'll have my stop here. This is where I would have entered long. I would have taken partials at 20 handles at the first presenting inefficiency, and I'll look to see if we can target free money into fair value and then ultimately buy side resting right above here. But I tell you on Jesus that we're blasting through these highs this week, bro. Like, we are just going to shoot through the moon. And not because we're just going to clear out buy side liquidity before rolling lower, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to just melt lower every day. They need to sweep buy side first before they continue, but we'll see. But literally, that's it. So if I do get efficiently removed from the marketplace, then I might call it a stream as well. But I'll try. Every day I'll do it for an hour. I'll stream whether I get stopped out or not. We'll just stream it for an hour. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk just like real traders. Because there's nothing to hide here, my good sir. We're the best thing since sliced bread. So I ain't got nothing to hide from you. I ain't got nothing to gain from you. You have everything to gain from me. So I'm giving you my time. I'm giving it to you on a silver platter. Something I'll never get back. Just pains me thinking about it. Humans are very compassionate creatures. Very. Because who the hell would take their time at 12 p.m., like freaking 54 minutes past 12 p.m., just to give you a sense of how I view the financial market. And notice how out of all places for us to store is stalling, yeah. So don't be afraid. Like, if you're short, right, like if you're using this inefficiency as a short, it's okay. Like, you don't need, like, that's my experience is the one that's saying long. But when you're on your own, when you see this, you could see it as potential shorts. And literally, that's it. That's the model. The model is how are we going to react at this point of fair value, targeting the external range liquidity low or the external liquidity range high. That's literally what we're doing. So, and out of all places for it to go, are you seeing that? That's beautiful. And if we are rolling lower, this is liquidity here. All this. Oh, here. What do traders think? This is support or what? The resistance, I think, eh? That's what they call it. Let's go stop here. No, it's going to blast through that. It's waiting on time. Now, I honestly expected the macro to continue spooling, and it's okay. And you see that doji there? Like, that's genuinely shows this is a manipulated market. It's fabricated. When you know what time in which spooling or a certain protocol is supposed to play out, and it plays the opposite, that's signs. When you expect spooling and it actually retraces, that could show you're off axis on the financial market just by a bit, or it's a bit more manipulated than you'd like it to be. And there's literally nothing you can do about that but efficiently remove yourself and call it a day. And literally call it a day. Because what's the point of perfection if we're not going to run to your target? If we're over leveraged, if we're going to retrace almost literally 75% plus. So won't pyramid here, in my opinion, ever. Yeah, that's basically it. But this is what I really wish someone did with me. Just sat with me. Got it wrong in front of me, got it right in front of me, but they just showed me it's possible. They literally just showed me it's possible. That's all I ever wanted. Someone to show me that it's possible. And I want to be that person for you, my good sir. Not that it's possible to make money, but it's possible to read this and call it a day. So once it gets here, trade setup is officially null and void in my opinion. So if I do get stopped out, then like in my opinion, that move from here to there was the best. Or we should have been selling because we're still gonna engineer buy side liquidity. But what I want you to do heading into the London session, heading into post 9:30 today, is watch for these longs. I want you to watch for them because if they don't happen in your session, they happen in the next one because your session was the one used to engineer liquidity. Honestly, here, this is free money. Like literally from here to there, that's free money in my opinion. From that long to there, that's free money. If you went short from that right there, it's free money. Why do I say that? Look at how many handles these are. This is 39 handles. This is 45 handles. From here to, man, this is literally just free money. From here to there, it's freaking 70 handles. And these are all just pops. High frequency algorithmic executions that you could have taken, should have, would have, you know? Literally. So how do we get to... So how do I see your chats, bro? Because I can't see your chats. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to do that. But for now, I can't. So I want you also, when you do this, just look at it from this perspective. This is what I want you to see. When I view it, you see this? I want you to see all the bodies here. You see that? Relative equal, all this. This is engineered liquidity. All this here is engineered liquidity. That's what my brain sees. And if we take out this sell side, that sell side, the only measure of fair value is like sell side liquidity is this baby here. See that? So if it can go through here, then obviously here with fair value is like fucking free money language. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And so I want you to notice I haven't flipped any time frame. I'm not going to 15 minute, I'm going to 5 minute. Everything I need is here. Everything. Then I'll be able to identify are we in a consolidation, are we in an expansion, are we in this, are we in that, all by where we at now. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I'm genuinely wrong. So I think, in my opinion, the best markets will ever have, in terms of you gaining experience from me, is consolidations. Those are my worst models. I hate consolidations, honestly. But there's so many lessons to be learned in consolidations. It's sickening. It's honestly sickening. Because in consolidations, this is where you lose all your money. This is where you over leverage. When it comes back to your entry, this is where you add more positions. Only for it to melt the wide efficiently remove you. But literally, this is where you make most of the mistakes. You don't make the mistakes at good market conditions. At good market conditions, you're not even there. Because you don't have the money, you blew the account or whatever, which is ridiculous. But that's the truth. That is literally the truth. So you need to get to a point where you're fully aware of yourself. You're fully aware of what market condition we're in, whether it's a consolidation, expansion, don't matter. In my opinion, I think we're going to run this low. So, but literally you need to know what market condition you're in. If you don't know that, then you're going to be stuck. You'll be stuck losing more money than you should have. But I also want you to notice something, what happened within this inefficiency. We get there, we drop lower, we engineer what? Fair value right there. Then we drop lower, what do? We have fair value right here at 0 o'clock. So what do you want to do? What do you want to see at heading into the next 5 to 15 minutes? You want to see spooling in one direction to fair value. Preferably, obviously, we look at higher prices, but what do we have here? Sell side, what do we have here? Sell side, like telling you. But you're watching these things relative to what? The first inefficiency. Everything is predetermined by what this inefficiency does. And you keep tracking it. And if you're on the wrong side of the marketplace, you will know. You'll know when you're on the wrong side. And it's okay to be on the wrong side, because when you're on the wrong side, you'll literally know what you could have done. What was the better option? What was the better trade? Was it good to look for shorts? Was it good to look for longs at that specific time? These are things you have to study, because you can't get these answers by winning trades. You can't. It's ludicrous. It's honestly ludicrous. So what I want you to do is look at it from this perspective, right? This fair value, it's very important to me, because if we don't find any form of support, like, I'm dead ass wrong. So this is literally our last line of defense here. That's hence my stop is just below there. So if we lose that, then, oh well. Then my short-term target is this. So if we do hit here, this is literally my target for the day. So we're still in the wrong, of course, like, until it gets stopped out, efficiently removed. But literally, then all these areas here, you want to see them form as support. But if we don't do that, what are we in? Consolidation. It's literally it. We're in one. So liquidity. Liquidating. That's actually funny. So look, in my head, this is what my brain is seeing, hey? From here, this high, all the way down to that low. How deep is this retracement? That's awfully deep. Is that signs of a manipulated market or a very fast fluid market? You see? Those small quirky things relative to time, because we were expecting spooling at 640. We got spooling in one direction till that high. That's a time-based delivery schedule. And then when you get that fib from there to there, whatever the 50% of is, that's what you expect a bounce or a potential retracement. But when we see it trade deeper into that, yeah, Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. So all these, you want to see them form play inversion, basically. You want to close above and then start seeing. So if we don't, obviously we're going to melt low and efficiently remove us from the marketplace. And the only reason I say the 6 p.m. is free money is because of this. It's so easy to interpret, because, like, isn't this like a clear buy side liquidity here? Consolidation, rolls, manipulates lower, trades back. And the funny thing is, we're still in a small consolidation, so we can just manipulate literally one more time every time before we begin to see it chase for this buy side liquidity. But this 6 to 7, this always begins my favorite market maker models. That's the reason I say this is free money. It's free money. It's literally free money. It's literally free money. So as you can expect, the first body close above 50% of that, the next candlestick shoots up. First partials will be right there. First partials will be right here. Don't be afraid to take partials. Then even this, don't be afraid. From here to there, that's 22 handles. It's free money. And don't be afraid to get it wrong. That's what you don't get. When you're too afraid to get it wrong, you get it wrong. And when you do, you either have too much money involved. And when you have too much money involved, you literally can't do anything, because you're more worried about getting stopped out than you are worried about reading what price is doing. and reading when you're getting it wrong, when you can potentially get it wrong. But not every inefficiency you read about, not everything I say is a trade. Literally, these are all the thoughts that will go down in my head, but I won't tell anyone. I'll just keep it to myself. Like, obviously, I'll be keeping quiet and trading, and then I'll be writing them in my journal. Because why the hell would I have that? But then when I filter through my video, like literally what I'll do is, where was the best opportunity for me to learn? Was I quote unquote right on the execution, on the narrative? And I want you to notice again, from this run here to that, where's the first black candlestick that forms? At fair value. From there all the way up there, where does the first black candlestick form? At fair value. From here to there, where does the first black? Come on, like come on, it's getting ridiculous here. So now if we don't see spreading higher, then of course we know freaking consolidation. So we have 1 minute left. If the next minute candlestick, the next 5 minutes, honestly, don't see spooling just to this high, and then ultimately these two relative equal highs, then trade setup most probably is null and void, and we'll call it a day for the stream, because I can't be with you forever. I can only be with you guys for an hour. But yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. It's my first one ever, and imagine us doing this every day, baby. You're not gonna lose your mind every day. And imagine good conditions, bad conditions, neutral conditions. Then you'll see trades that I don't even put because I don't like the day. But that doesn't mean you won't find your setup. That doesn't mean your trade setup is not there. It's there. Honestly, I'll move my stop just below this. If we take out that, then I'm literally wasting my time here, guys. I'm genuinely wasting my time with you guys. Should see raise for that. If we don't, then I'm not really interested in any further price action. Hope you guys are enjoying my live stream, man. I do know there's only one person who's probably watching, and thank you so much for lending me your ear. Your God sent. Took us years to meet each other, but God, we're here. And I hope you're happy, man. It's not easy. I wonder what you're doing right now. I wonder if you're at work. I wonder what you're stressing about. I wonder if you think what I'm doing is pretty cool. So that's basically it, man. But I'm really happy. Hope you are too. Oh, there's 11 people watching. Shout out to the 11 people watching, man. Shout out to you guys. Like, you guys are my goat. Like, I would fucking kill for you guys. Like, y'all are literally my ride or die. Send me a tweet if you're watching my stream and you're live with me. Because it's 1 a.m., man. It's 11 minutes past 1 a.m. Who's here to do this for you? Who? Tell me. To read the charts this beautifully. Get it wrong in front of you. Get it right in front of you. Flex in front of you. I'm that person. That's your mentor. I love flexing. Because these people on Twitter can't do this, you know that? Like, they literally can't do it. What they can do is flex their cars and shit. But they can't do this. They can't sit with their student and give them the world. Because what if I die tomorrow? And this is the last video you ever see from me. Was it informative? Like, that's the last video my students see from me, is me off a car driving. Like, come on, guys. Like, we really need priorities. We gotta get our priorities straight, man. Honestly, if we don't see any spooling high here, like, what the hell is going on, market? Like, work with the moi, bro. Like, market, work with me today. Out of all days for you not to work with me today, you're not working with me. But yeah, that's NQ for you. Guys, we're in World War III, by the way. This is ridiculous. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. 30 handles in one candlestick. What a time to be alive, my good people. What a time to be alive. Wow, what really a time to be alive. I really wish I could talk to you guys. Like, I don't want to F up my stream, but I really want to watch all the chats. But then I forgot how I did it the first time. Because the first time I could, like, see your chats here and all that, but now I can't. So I don't know if I need 3 screens. I need 4. Like, Talk to me, my boys. Talk to me. Like, what do I need to do here? Like, what do I need to do so that I can hear your lovely text messages, see your lovely text messages? And I still can't believe 11 people are watching me, man. Y'all guys are crazy, man. I'm so blessed to even... I don't even know. Like, it's really a blessing. I think 11 is one too many, hey? Again, the first inefficiency post. 6 people. What is it doing? It's offering resistance. First point of fair value. So, like, if you look at it, let's say if this was the financial market, apologies, and this is the only thing that existed, this range. From that low all the way to that high. This was the only range that existed. From there to there, the first point of fair value is at equilibrium, which is here. If you eyeball it, this is 50%, probably. So now what are we doing? We're there, consolidating, before we spool in one of either direction, of from point of fair value to liquidity. So this is fair value. Where's liquidity? Nearest one is there. Second nearest one is there. So which are we going to go to? That's the experience. That's the trader inside you. That's you, the observer, who gets to decide which way do we go. We also have a small one here. I won't lie to you. This is the first thing, but it's too small for me. That's perfect, by the way. But it's too small for me. Not my cup of tea, so I'll let it slide. Okay, now here, this should be the last turtle soup right there. So if now we don't see any spooling higher than Alfred, Mr. Rapid Repricing, we ain't working here, man. We ain't working. We ain't doing nothing if we don't do that. If we don't do that, then we might as well quit trading. I'm joking. I'm genuinely joking. We should see potential spooling high to at least this high. To at least that high. You know? Talk to me, financial market. Oh yeah, come on, I see you guys now. Yeah, now I can see all the chats, bro. Hit the like button. Don't hit the like button for none, bro. These people, I don't want them to see me, dog. We ain't even no like buttons here, bro. Don't want to hear that. You authentic as if, of course, man. I'm the real deal, bro. I'm the real fucking deal, man. Good evening, big head reef. What, bro? Chill with those names. Chill with those weird ass names. Shout out Martin. What's up, my good sir? Nice to meet you. Info is great, I know. Real source, hey, pretty cool. Thank you, Alfie. AG, shout out to you, my good sir. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay blessed as always. Nice meeting you guys. Let me see if I can chat with you. Hello. Hello. But yes, every day. But I won't start now. I'll have to start in end of March, heading into April, because I need to set my schedule for you guys. So I'm not gonna waste my schedule on anything. I have to literally set it up for you guys. Oh, I don't have to type fair. You guys can. Y'all are wilding. So as you can see, the first measure. Are you like that? So notice how we're still prolonging. So the fact that we took out that, I don't like that. Like, I genuinely don't like that. You don't want to see things like that. And the only reason you don't want to see that is because technically this is peak sign of consolidation. Peak sign. Like, notice how whenever Alfred wants to see you run higher, like spooling fast in one direction, that's where we get a retracement. What does that show? First, we know the times in which spooling is going to occur. By the times in which spooling is going to occur, what do? We retrace. We trade deeper. That either means one of two things. You're either offside and wrong, or the retracements are just going to be that much deeper. That's information. That's shit money can't buy you. Literally. Money can't buy you that. Money can't buy you that. That's experience. That is literally experience in a nutshell. But anyways, you can remove this baby, yeah. And then let's just keep it. Let me keep this one that because the first inefficiency, and then let me keep this one blue because we're looking for buy side. Fair. So now we've swept what again? Sell side liquidity. But remember what I told you, from that to there, you grab a fib again. And if we're to retrace from the oldest high to the lowest low, ways 75, it's ridiculous. Like, we can't work with these market conditions. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. Question in terms of bias, obviously we gotta look out buy side liquidity with specific times, but this yeah, there is actually a hidden gem, but you have to watch me first. You get what I'm saying? You literally have to kind of get used to me studying a very specific hour, and then you're gonna watch me, you're gonna notice me. Like, I'm gonna say I'm expecting spooling at this time. Like, literally write that time down in your journal because I'm giving you the times, nigga. Like, don't forget, when I trade and I'm doing live streams, I'm doing them as if this is the last live stream I'll ever do. As if I'm dying tomorrow. And if I'm to die and my kids find these videos or whatever, they can literally note these times and they can study it themselves. So all these times will always be there. They're a constant variable. Me and you will die, but time will remain. And if time will remain, the price of NASDAQ 10 years from now will be different. But 10 a.m. on NASDAQ is 10 a.m. on NASDAQ. You get, it doesn't matter what price it is. It doesn't matter whether it's $1, it's $10, or 1,000 or 1,000,000. It remains constant. That's the secret sauce of time. And that's what I want to teach you. Show up. That's the secret sauce. Show up on time. Everything else will take off itself, man. But yeah, I'll teach you that. That's light, though. That's light. But the only reason I don't want to tell you, because you won't believe them. You'll never. I can literally sit here with you and I'll tell you it's going to start displacing at 840. You're going to be like, it might not. Let me wait and see first. Maybe it doesn't do it. And when it doesn't do it, you say, Alfred can't trade or this, that. No, that's not how it works. This can help a 9 to 5 a lot, bro. Yeah, famo. If you have a 9 to 5, you're where you need to be. If you have a 9 to 5, I'm teaching you how to live. This is what I had to do. Funny thing is, I never had to press a button, never had to make money. I just had to tape read. This is it. This is what you've been avoiding for all these years. And the longer you avoid this, the worse it becomes, because you're going to avoid showing up on the charts on time, but then you're going to show up to work on time. Your boss's job. You're going to transfer wealth from your boss to your landlord. That's what you always do. All your money goes paying rent, buying food and all that. And you're making other people rich, you're making other people billionaires, while they suck you dry every day, every week, and they don't stop. Isn't that ridiculous? They suck you dry. But you can't do that with financial. You can't just sit with this. Come on. 840 spooling. If you know, man. Shh, don't tell people now, man. People are watching you. I'm telling you. So we are having a lot of consolidations at the first inefficiency. But what I want you to learn from this lesson today is look at how sensitive it is. Like, imagine at good market conditions. Like, what I'm going to be focusing on is the first inefficiency post 12 o'clock, and then obviously most probably the last hour of trading, because I can't do this with you guys. So what have we done? We've traded back into that. This is the first spooling. If we have a displacement here, you watch that fair value. You watch it. And if that fair value you watch, does it show signs for potential lower prices? But what do we keep doing? We keep taking out sell side. Sell side taken, retrades back into small fair value, back into fair value, bam. But it's a bit risky to take shorts, in my opinion. Then what are you going to do? You're going to watch. If this forms an inefficiency, you're going to watch it. And you're going to watch, does this form the first inefficiency before we roll for these babies here? But anyways, let's go. And also what I do is I always mark times in which I know I'm wrong. Like, I knew I was wrong at 7:15. Like, from 7:15, are we spooling in one direction? Are we? Yes or no? Yes. But Mr. Rapid Repricing is wrong on the direction. That's how the market works. When you can time it, you're literally always right on time, just wrong on price. That's it. And the only problem is you literally have to force yourself to wait for tomorrow. You have to. Because if the market catches you in a consolidation, Alfie can't save you. Mr. Rapid Repricing can't save you. Time won't save you. Because it can consolidate for as long as it wants. Literally. Bro, I watched all your videos, man. I had 193 videos. I needed to calm down. So I literally deleted a few. I'm like, nah. It's too much sauce here, bro. Like, calm down. I'll feel like, chill, bro. Like, no one needs all that, Just start live streaming, cook them one step at a time, eh? So now what have we done? We've traded into my longs once. We ran higher twice. And we're going to about to touch it the third time. Is that high probability or low probability? Low probability. But I want you to notice how many setups here in just this consolidation from fair value to fair value is ridiculous. From here all the way there. No, delete that, bro. From here all the way there. Let's say you missed that, it's okay. But I was here, people were live streaming. From here to there. Let's say you don't catch that, you catch it from the low to the high. Then what if you don't catch? You catch this from here to there. And you just alternate every day, every week, and you don't stop. How many handles is this if you caught all these trades right, quote unquote? It's different. But that's what you, and one of these trades replaces your job. One. Ridiculous, man. I'm going to show you all that. It's crazy out here. This is mad things, bro, with the financial market. It's some mad things. So now what have we done? We have that first point of fair value. You see that? Now you watch it. Is it going to get traded back into? Are we going to use that for spooling higher? And if we're going to break through this low, what time do we do it? Like when you really study one specific hour, what you're basically doing is you're literally studying that specific hour's fair value, and the liquidity is going to chase. And when you're in a consolidation, it's okay. Because when you're in a consolidation, what's good is you're going to see these candlesticks like this. These big ones that just come out of nowhere, as people would say. That's not true. They don't really come out of nowhere. It's just that you don't see them coming. You just don't see them coming. But when they pop out on your charts, you need to mark what time they do that. Because time repeats. It repeats. And it's my goal to show you that it repeats every day, every week, and it don't stop. Every day, every week, and it don't stop. So we are watching this point of these retracements are deep. Today, y'all are gonna have a shit show in the AM session. You're gonna have a hell of a shit show in the AM session. Because why the hell are these retracements a million handles? Jokes. But what I want you to notice is if we remove all these things, all of these, what do we do? The last down close candlestick, this range there. Let me show you this. Trade into that once. What do we do again? Trade into this series of babies twice. We're done there. What are we doing here? These, even this one you can look at, but I'm looking at these series of babies here once. Then now what do we have here? Buy side. So that's what I want to see. But anyways, it's literally, so now we're in this fair value. Now you want to watch if you're short. And this is where you ain't short, whatever, don't matter. But you want to see sensitivity here. You want to see the next minute heading into 9:30, spool in one direction. Obviously, as with the long oaks, with the boys on longs, we're looking to see if it's going to continue to spool higher. If not, then it's okay. Take our L and walk away. So we have 3 minutes left before it spools in one direction. Ooh, I like hearing that. Oh. Oh my goodness. But my videos are nice. The only thing I messed up with is audio. So fingers crossed in the next few years my audio will be better. But I don't really care, I was doing these videos for myself. I wasn't really doing them for anyone. So it's pretty weird now. People feel entitled, but jeez, man, it's Twitter and the internet. It's full of crazy people, man. But when I met my student, like, he's from Italy, so he works as I won't say it's a janitor, but it's more like it's basically a minimum wage job. Let me say that, yeah. And his goal is to just make $400 a week. So I can do that in one trade. So, but it's okay. We have to do it over the course of a week, if not a month. But that's literally all he has to do. And my goal is to teach him that. And the first order of business is to do nothing. Like, look at how trading is crazy. Alfred is here telling you that the best way, the quickest, fastest, most efficient way for you to make money through the financial market is to not press a button. That's impossible. Can't believe it. Because the one thing I've realized about the human brain, and especially us as human beings, we're always conditioned to do something. That is it. Whenever something is moving, whenever we need to enforce our will, change the outcome, not manipulate, but just change it in one shape or another. If this low gets taken out, we're wrong, yeah, bro. Sorry. Just now, we need to go in queue. We need to go. It's either to the moon or to my stop loss. Pick one. Pick one in queue. Anyways, jokes aside. But literally, the brain always wants to do something. Do something, do something, do something. And I'm telling you here that this is what you need to do. Sit here with me and do nothing. Don't press a button. I don't want you to catch the lows. I don't want you to catch the highs. I just want you to show up. Just show up and feel how hard that is. How hard it is to just sit with Alfred and do nothing. Listen to his ugly voice telling you it's going to run at this time. You should not take out this low. You should do this. You should do that, as if I know everything. I don't. But I do know myself, my good sir. Do you? I know what time I get it wrong. I know what time I can get it right. Do you? And that's what I'm trying to teach you. And the only way for you to know these times verbatim is to be there, is to show up. Because if you don't show up, then you don't crack it. You can't crack the financial market if you're not there executing with efficiency. If you're not there showing up, saying it mustn't do this and it doesn't. That's perfection, baby. You don't get handed this. You work for it every day, every week, and you don't stop. And once you have it, no one can take it away from you. No one. You can literally be anyone you want to be. You can do anything. And it all starts with getting out of your own way. Getting out of your own way. That's so hard, man. Anyways, but yeah, that's basically all the rant I have for you guys, man. But you guys, you make me happy. You tough people, man. I wish I could take you to the freaking moon. To profit of, don't you, my good sir, you see now, you Martin, we're going to have a problem now. We're going to have a problem now. We ain't supposed to be making money, bro. Like, chill. We're going to, give me some time, bro. These are not market conditions to be making money, bro. Chill. These are not. These are market conditions for you to study yourself, you know, for you to study consolidations, how long consolidations are, you know, why they're stressful, where you could potentially get it wrong, where you could potentially get it right. Are we spooling in one direction? Are we not? You need to get all these signs. But as far as we're here, is this a consolidation? Yes or no? Yes, it is. And we're waiting for spooling to occur at a specific time. What time do you think it's going to happen? Like, I really like, I would love to know that. Like, in my opinion, we're in a range right now. Like, you know, I play that game, like this range from here to there, which is the first, literally the first hour's range. Not first hours, apologies, but the first hour of technically trading, in my opinion. This is the first hour of trading. In my head, in my small naive brain, this is the first hour. But of course it's not, guys. Don't take me too seriously. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. But literally within this hour from 6 to 7, with the high and the low prints, what time do you think it's going to take out either the high or the low? Yes. Literally just put that shit on your chart. Put that number on that time on your chart and see if you can get it right. Do that every day. Then you'll get to a time where you can time it. It's crazy because you do it every day. No one else does that. Who teaches you how to do that? Like, who? No one. No one. Like, it's impossible, bro. They ain't even in that universe. They ain't even in that league. They still on some resistance and support and all that, breakers and all that thing, bro. I don't even know what the hell they on. But all we're looking at ever since I came here is inefficiencies and liquidity. Not once did I mention a breaker, not once did I mention, I don't even know these things, man. But I don't mention those because I don't need them. All I need is the first inefficiency and which liquidity are we chasing. And if I'm wrong on the liquidity. I'm wrong on the bias. That's me. That's a fault on Alfie. It's not a fault on the financial market. Like, I'm the dumb one. You know, I'm the one making mistakes, not the financial market. 740, you can watch that. That's good. You see what you're doing now is you are getting to that point where you are trusting time. It's not guaranteed it's going to begin spooling at 740, but that's the beginning sign. That's literally it. What you just said right now is the building blocks of how you trust time. Because who else is going to believe you? When you're sitting alone, when Alfred is not here, and you say, I'm expecting this minute, 40 minutes after this, or 20 minutes into the session, I'm expecting this to spool. And you see it happen in your own chart, you're not going to go mad. Like I'm telling you, whoever that S640 guy is, like when you start studying every 40 minutes after every hour, shit hits different. Then you'll ask yourself, if you do this for years, can you time it? Can you? It's crazy. And then once you realize you can, then you're a different breed now. Hey, you are literally a different breed. You want a hint on what it, study me, baby. I'm the bias. If you want a hint on studying bias, study me, bro. I'm joking. But if you want to learn bias, what I want you to do, this is the easiest way. Remove everything on your chart, and whatever hour you're in, I want you to go to the previous hour. Literally, just do this. This is literally the previous hour we're in. And we have what? Sell side right there. And we have buy side right here. And I want you to tell me, are we going to take out buy side or sell side? That's it. That's bias right there. That is bias. Previous hour's range, are we going to take out the low or are we going to take out the high? But then this is where it gets interesting. Narrative. What's narrative? How are we going to take out the low? When are we going to take out the low? Why are we going to take out the low? That's narrative. So now let's say, for example, you're looking for it to take out the low. Why? Because the first inefficiency post, 6 a.m., that performs the first mode of fair value, engineers relative equal lows, doesn't whatever matter, and you're expecting to see low in prices. That's narrative, but what time are you expecting to see it? Within the 7 to 8 o'clock hour. You see those small quirky things? That's where you start adding narrative. Bias is easy. Just get there. We're going to go higher or lower. That's what, the first thing I did when I got here was I said we're going to go higher. It doesn't mean I'm right, because I could get it wrong. Like, how are we going to go higher? When are we going to go higher? Why? Anyways, so we have traded into the first point of fair value. We rolled lower. What's this? Second point of fair value. You see that? This is studying. And then when it trades back into it and begins, what's that? It's a consolidation. So this is very beautiful. I won't lie, it's a very nice session. Very mellow. I thought I was going to just, like, I came here expecting to, like, have almost like the worst market condition, because what the hell, we had a 400 handle drop on Monday. Thank God I didn't say I'm starting my live stream on Monday, because WTF, the market is wilding, bro. We in uncharted territory here. So we've entered our long positions again. So is this good market conditions or not? And I told you, the retracement is, you can't, if you think you're going to have a tough time today, wait till you see the PM session. What have we done? We've retraced 75% of that whole range. If we go any lower than this, what are we? Officially removed from the marketplace. And obviously this was a beautiful short. If anyone took that, that was a nice one. I wouldn't have taken it. But it happens right on what? 0330. When does it spool? Right on time. Who's wrong? Alfred. That's literally it. And imagine this is me every day, every week, and I don't stop. It's ridiculous, eh? It's going to be so much fun, man. I'm telling you. Y'all are going to have a field trip here, bro. You're going to have a field trip in my head. But anyways, also I'm pissed off I was wrong, but it's okay, it happens. I'm not Jesus Christ. So we still haven't gotten inefficiently removed. In my opinion, we already have. But the case study is beautiful. You know, first inefficiency post. The smallest one is this one, honestly. So whoever used this one is like, you did what you had to do. I wouldn't have used that one in my honest opinion, I would have never used, I wouldn't have seen it, because obviously I just got into the chart and the first large one to bump at me was this. This one is also cool. I like this, the last inefficiency before a liquidity sweep, like right there, bam, and then you have that. That's free money in my opinion. Again, it's a nice model, but so yeah, that's basically it. We see support, lower prices, you see that. And then now, let's say you get to a point where you are content with these going lower. Are you happy with that? In all honesty, do you really think you can handle the price when it's going lower? I want you to do the same thing we did with longs, but with shorts now. From this, let me remove all these things, just so you see how manipulated the market is today. From this high all the way to that low. What have we retraced here? 75%. From this high all the way to that low. What have we done? 75, almost 80% retracement. Just from, it's crazy. From here to there. What do you think is going to happen? So now when we have this fair value here, do you think it's really going to support price and send it lower? This is narrative. This is narrative. So if this doesn't and doesn't send price lower, targeting that low, what does that mean? You get that's what you're looking for. That's trading. That's trading, where you're adding narrative, bias, everything together, and you know it's gonna go in this direction because of that fair value at that time. See that? That's what we're looking. So obviously this will play inversion. Stop. Yeah, we have efficiently removed from the marketplace. Sure, well. Beautiful. Move this. So now there's your 740. So you watch. At 740, do you see spooling? Do you see a displacement? Like, bam. If you see it, what does that mean? What do you think happens every 40 minutes after every hour? Or 20 minutes into a close of an hour? Man, you got to be asking yourself these questions. You have to be asking yourself these questions, because WTF, my good. So now we have 15 people. Stop coming, man. Like, you all need to chill. This is my first live stream, so like, don't be all up in my case, bro. Because like, there's literally a million of you, and I feel like I'm dying here. I'm not. I'm joking. Change the color. Well, today's session is actually very nice. I will never lie to you. It's a very nice session. How long have I been with you guys? Because I only have to be with you guys for literally an hour. If I'm with you guys for longer than an hour, man, shoot me, Houston. And we got 9 likes, man. Thank you guys so much for those 9 likes. You all don't need to like my stuff, bro. Because if you guys like my stuff, that means like more people are gonna watch it, and then more people watch it. It gets me depressing. And then when it gets depressing, now I'm like, oh, okay. So let's just keep it at the 11 of us, the 10 of us. It's only going to be us. No one more. We don't need more people. It's too many. Right there. You want to see spooling in one direction now. But I really want to give you guys something to study heading into the later on session. Like heading into the PM, like I want you to really watch these low highs. You see these here? I really want you to watch them. All these babies here, I really want you to watch them heading into the remainder of the session, because we did this. Told you the longs were going to be fast. We cleared all of them. And what do we have here? The 15-minute chart. It's got a 5-minute. You have these relative equals right there. Those two, free money. You have a displacement that happened, raw spooling. I'm telling you, it's usually just free money. So it can be London's low tomorrow. Technically, yeah. But what you're doing is you're studying. So I efficiently removed from the marketplace, which is beautiful. No problem. There we go. Then I would have taken my L here and walked away. And then now you should watch it. But who's that guy who said for 740? Are you seeing that? Like, are you seeing from the time in which you mentioned we had spooling in one direction? But now what you need to understand is, can you time at which, like, can you find an entry model that leads to the direction in which you see spooling? Can you? And if you can, then it's free money. Every day, every week, and you don't stop, my good sir. It's literally free money. It is free money. It is literally free money. It's y'all are crazy to think it's not. We're on fire today, by the way. This is just insanity. Like, perfect session, took a nice L, efficiently removed from the marketplace, cleaned out. But that's how the market does it every day, every week, and it don't stop. But I want you guys to do something while I leave you. I want you to study this. I have it on your chart. These two will get tagged later on, 9:30, post later on in the day, later on in the session, don't matter. But I want you to watch those. I really want you to do that. I really want you to do that. You're my student, right? You here, you spending time with me. And that's what your mentor will be studying, because I'll be looking for longs. Obviously, I'm pissed off at the fact that I got a tape reading. Technically, I got my 20 handles. You know, y'all traders, y'all know me. I got my 20 handles. But obviously, it would have been better if you got the whole full pool. But that's not the point of the conversation. The point is, did we see sensitivity at a point of fair value? Yes, we did. We marked the previous high, the previous low. We were wrong on bias, meaning we're expecting it to go higher prices. But even though we're wrong on bias, we could have been profitable for it. Because I'm going to rewatch my own video, my own live stream. And I know for a fact that long day, once we swept those lows, that's a beautiful long. When we traded back into fair value, I showed you that I'll have longs here and longs down there. That's a beautiful long in and of itself. Shorts from these all the way to that deep retracement of 80%, that's a trade setup in and of itself. This fair value, once we broke past there, traded back into it, and we marked this as point of fair value for rolling price low at 130, where we see spooling in one direction, that's a trade setup in and of itself. And just because I'm in long or I'm in an analysis or it doesn't mean that these things don't show up when I'm studying, when I'm done. And imagine if we do this every day, every week, and we don't stop. How good would you be, my good sir? How good you'd be? Phenomenal. Because you're my student, and I'm willing to give you everything. Thank you so much for blessing with your ears. And my final words are, in trading, the hardest thing is not trading. The hardest thing is not pressing the button. That's the easiest thing. All of us do it. It's free. You can do it on demo. You can fund accounts and do that. What's difficult is showing up on time. That's the hard part. Showing up. Being yourself. Not being fearful. Having the ability to accept that tomorrow I can still try again. I don't need to do it today. That's the hard thing. And I really wish I had a mentor that told me that. That really sat with me and said, it's okay to sit and do nothing, because there are more lessons learned here than in any trade I've ever taken. Any money I've ever made can't give me this level of experience. It can't. It's impossible. I had to earn it. I had to build it from the ground up. And I really hope you can too. And I want to show you that I will show up when you won't. You won't show up to my live streams. I will. Every hour, I'll study myself. Every day. You won't. But you'll show up for your boss. But you'll show up for other people that don't care about you. That won't pay for your funeral. That won't pay for your car note. That won't pay for your expenses. You show up for them, but you can't even show up for yourself. And that's what I want to show you. That's the lesson I want to teach you. I don't want to teach you that I'm better than you in trading, because that's just me flexing. I realized that. I really thought about it, and I was like, if I'm to live stream, what's the greatest lesson I can teach you guys? Really, what is the greatest lesson I can teach you? It's not my entry models. Those are easy. Like we're paper. I can just throw the times at you and you get it. But what's hard is showing up every day. What's hard is getting it wrong and still believing that it's possible tomorrow. Literally, that's it. And if you don't have these things, if you don't have them on lockdown, if you don't know yourself, then it becomes impossible for you to become the best version of you. It becomes genuinely impossible. It's honestly impossible, because you are always, 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 always focusing on the money. It's not important how well you read it. It's not important how well you can analyze it, how well your trader, analyst, and gambler communicate. You don't have those. You don't even have dialogues. So if you don't have those, then you just sell side liquidity hit. So model is complete, trade setup null and void, and we are done for the day. We're done for the session. That's it. And that's trading in a nutshell. You get there, what's the bias? Are we going to take out the low? Are we going to take out the high? If we are going to take out the low, what fair value are we going to use before running to it? And what time are we going to hit TP? Funny thing is, just at a macro. Isn't that ironic? Out of all times, way to sweep sell side. Anyways, man, y'all are going to have a field trip, bro. Y'all are going to have a field trip. But thank you guys so much for blessing with your ears, and I will see you again same time, actually I won't see you guys same time, same place. I'm going to rearrange my schedule. It's my first live stream, and I want to listen to it. I want to marinate in it. I want to digest it. I want to know what I got wrong, what I didn't get wrong. And starting April, it's going to be field day on NQ, baby. We're going to have so much fun. And as soon as I start, I'm not going to finish. It's going to be scary. You're going to hate me. Then you're going to love me again. You're going to watch my streams. You're going to stop watching them, and you're going to watch them again over time. Why? Because I'm consistent. That's the first thing you need to learn in trading, how to be consistent. What's the first consistent thing you can do? Show up to the chart on time. On time. What time did we take out the low? 7:50. Is that random? I know you've learned that time somewhere. It's not random. You can time this shit, man. But anyways, thank you guys so much for blessing with your ears, because we are going to stay here forever. You'll know me, man. Anyways, thank you guys. Yeah, other than that, oh wait, you have a question. I have a question for you. The marked out first inefficiencies, blah 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 blah. Do you leave them on your chart until the market close? Oh, bro, you can leave them for 6 years, my dog. What the hell are you talking about? Leave them for 6 years. They'll still be playing, man. But on a serious, genuine note, I do leave them throughout the day. And you can use them as support. I can use the previous day's one. I can use the previous week's one. Preferably within 3 days. I prefer it within a 3-day cycle. Those are still fresh. But like literally, you can use them at any given moment in time. It's just your ability to, which one are you tracking? And if you're tracking that one, does that one have the most sensitivity at any given moment in time? Like for example, today, you know for a fact that this inefficiency is very sensitive. So keep it on your chart, stretch it out, and watch if it's going to play sensitivity in the future for longs, or for shorts, or for retracements, anything. But man, this is beautiful. Man, these longs are going to be fast. But anyways, thank you guys so much for blessing with your ears, and I'll see you guys again, same time, same place. Actually, not same time, same place, man. See you all in April. And when we start live streaming, it's every day, every week, and we don't stop, baby.